This is an extremely important video. It's all about instantly recognizing fretboard note names. It's something that we all think about from time to time, but many of us just never get around to actually putting the work in to be able to recognize notes instantly. It's so important. I mean, there's no way to make the most out of pentatonic patterns without actually being able to instantly recognize notes. Sure, you know your way around the first pattern with the root note on the 6th string. That's easy, but if I say to play the G minor pattern, for example, at the 2nd string, 8th fret, you should be able to play the scale on all 6 strings right there without hesitation. Can you do that? If so, you're in the top 25% of all guitarists. According to my skills assessment survey, 75% of all guitarists either can't identify note names or can only recognize them with some hesitation. That's not going to get it. I also bet that a lot of the top 25% also experience some hesitation. Next week, I'm going to share probably the best lesson I've ever created. It shows how to use a single pattern instead of 5 to play all over the fretboard. You'll no longer be confused by 5 patterns. You're not going to be able to take advantage of this unless you can instantly recognize notes, and that's why I'm going over this now, this week. So you've put this off long enough. For the next couple of weeks, you need to spend 5 minutes a day working on the simple things I'm going to share with you here. Begin your practice session each day memorizing the fretboard. Now I'm going to make this easy. Okay, easier than you've experienced in the past. To check out next week's video about the single pattern instead of 5, please subscribe to my channel and click on notifications, and be sure notifications are active on your phone. Identifying note names is taught in my complete guitar course, but even so, few people spend the time it takes to master this. And they're part of the, with some hesitation, I can identify notes group. So if that's you, let's do it this time. Here we go. There are 2 of each note on each string. Call out a note name and find it in 2 places on all 6 strings like this. I'll say F, for example. And then call out G, A flat. Just keep doing this over and over, and you will start to get a real idea of where each of these note names is. That's not hard, and you can do this when you're watching TV or some other activities, just kind of mindlessly. You don't even have to plug it into an amp. Just sit there and pick out a note name, find 2 on each string. So that's number 1. You should also try visualizing everything I'm discussing here without a guitar. I find it's really easy to do this as I'm falling asleep. Helps put me to sleep, actually. Next, and this is really important, begin picking out notes at random, vertically, at each neck marker and at the 10th fret. Write the note names at each marker on the fretboard on a sheet of paper. After saying all the names in a single position, turn the paper over to be sure you're getting them right. You don't want to memorize them incorrectly, so you got to check your work. D, G, C, F, A, D. I like the 10th fret, as I said, as well as the markers, but I like the 10th fret in particular because it helps me identify a lot of notes around that area. In other words, if you know where the C is, you know where the B is. And if you know where the F is, you know where the E is. So that helps you with the marker that's found at the 9th fret. So let me try the 7th fret. B, E, A, D, G flat, B, do them kind of at random. G flat, A, E, D, B, E. And make this part of your routine that you do at the beginning of your practice session for about 5 minutes each day. And I don't mean 5 minutes for each of these. I mean for the whole thing. You know, one day maybe you'll do 2 notes on each string. The next day you'll do linear. And I would also work something else in, which is to play a chord, any chord, and then pick out the note names of the chord. D, A, D, G flat, A. You'll also lose the ability to recognize notes unless you make this a permanent part of your routine. It's easy to forget this information, so you got to keep on it. That's it. Short and sweet, but quite powerful once you've mastered this. As I mentioned earlier, next week I'm going to share the best lesson that I've created in the 44 years that I've been doing this. So subscribe to my channel and click on notifications to be notified when this video is available. Please comment on this video. Let me know what you think of my system and share some of your ideas. Till next week, see ya.